And is that through a bitter experience when you do get some tricky? We've all had them.
Yeah, but there's tricky.
You go somewhere, this might go wrong.
Celebrity interviews can be messy situations. Nerves run high, exhaustion sets in, a bad day can turn a simple situation into a messy back-and-forth battle. There have been countless situations where the interviewer disrespects the celebrity in front of them, but the shoe can also go on the other foot. There are times when it's the celebrity who's in the wrong. Blake Lively and Parker Posey. Norwegian interviewer Kjersti Fla uploaded an interview to YouTube in 2016. It was with Blake Lively that said she made her want to quit her job. Blake had recently announced her pregnancy at the Met Gala. Kjersti wanted to give her congratulations, saying,
"First of all, congrats on your little bump."
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
The interview didn't improve from there. Kjersti asked about the costumes Blake and her co-star Parker Posey wore in 2016's Cafe Society. She wanted to know if they enjoyed wearing the 1930s inspired clothes.
Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, working in digital...
Everyone wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
I love Jesse's suits
That's
and how
what I'm saying. His wardrobe was beautiful.
I know.
She wrote in the caption of the YouTube video about just how uncomfortable the entire video had been. She said it was, quote, "the most uncomfortable interview situation I have ever experienced. It is not okay to congratulate someone on their pregnancy or to ask another woman about costumes she's wearing on a film." Vin Diesel. YouTuber Carol Morera attempted to interview Vin Diesel in 2016. She had no idea how off track it would get. He spent the entire time flirting with her.
God, she's so beautiful, man. Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Tell me your story.
She's so beautiful. Conyo, man. Talk to me, baby. Tell me your story. Tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go have lunch. My God, I love her. How am I supposed to sit over here when I'm looking at such beauty? Come on, guys. She's so beautiful. I'm in love. I'm in love with the interview. Look at her. Does anyone say this? Guys, what's wrong? Am I the only one that's saying it? Look at her. She's so fucking beautiful. It's like you can't even do an interview with her because you're just like, da 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 da. Right or wrong? Oh my God, guys, someone save me. When did this turn into Beautiful World? When did this turn into the most gorgeous girl in Brazil? When did this turn into I love you?
Carol laughed in the interview but was uncomfortable inside. She wasn't sure how to react but believed it was rude of him to interrupt her work. Jesse Eisenberg. There was no sort of flatter with Univision host Romina Puga's 2013 interview with Jesse Eisenberg. In fact, she called it self-esteem butchering.
Do you know the comedian Carrot Top?
Yes, horrible.
Well, you were like the Carrot Top of interviewers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. No, and it's a good thing. It's
I'm
a good
gonna
thing.
go cry now.
No, don't cry now. Cry after the interview's over, because otherwise I'll look like I'm responsible for it. Okay, so.
Well, you are.
The humiliation didn't end there. When their 5 minutes were over, he peeked around a curtain to ask Jesse about his hometown in New York because they grew up not far from one another. He angrily replied, "You're still here?" Jennifer Garner. There are plenty of grammar Nazis in the world, people who can't help but correct improper speech patterns. Jennifer Garner apparently is one, but she should have realized there's a time and place for such behavior. She was on Late Night with Conan O'Brien in 2003.
There's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
He did get a bit of revenge after the commercial break.
There's a... Oh, I'm sorry, wait, there's a... I keep a dictionary down here and I just found it. Just want to look at... Oh, what the hell? Look right here. Snuck, past and past part of sneak.
Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence appeared at the 2016 Golden Globes. Everything was going fine until she interrupted an international journalist in the middle of his question because she saw him reading off his phone. She said,
"You can't live your whole life behind your phone, bro.
Huh?
You're just not gonna, you can't do that. You gotta live in the now."
Sorry.
Her response was widely criticized by American and international audiences. Jack Whitehall. Jack Whitehall guest starred on the Graham Norton Show in 2019. It was far from a normal appearance. An audience member used it as an opportunity to call out his previous poor behavior.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Celine.
Hello, Celine.
Hi, Jack.
What story have you got for us?
Well, this is my second visit to the Red Chair, actually.
Oh.
I was here 8 years ago.
Right.
And I told a story that I thought was really good about when I was living in France and something happened with my daughter. However, a certain guest on the sofa that night really did not like my story, and he was rather rude. He actually said, "Is that the best story she could come up with? Who does she bloody think she is?" Funnily enough, my daughter met this person at a nightclub recently.
Oh my God, it's me.
Yes, Jack, it was you.
I sent you a message, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh my God.
No, thank you very much. You did apologise.
I know,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Despite the apology, it was an embarrassing moment for Jack to be called out in public like that. Madonna. Madonna appeared on the Italian version of Top of the Pops. The interviewer was nervous in front of the pop icon, but she didn't make it any easier for him. She started acting like a 2-year-old who responds with why to every question.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
What a pleasure. It's good. And I'm really excited being here. You know.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
Yeah. Because of you, definitely.
But why?
Because you are an icon, you know. You are an idol, you know. And that's great.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Former E! News reporter Ali Fedotowsky has a less than pleasant story about the time she interviewed Jake Gyllenhaal. It was during her first red carpet event, so she was nervous. She spots Jake and starts shaking in her boots. She finds the strength to say, "Hi Jake, who'd you bring tonight?" Like for a date, like who's your date tonight? He gives her no comment but a dismissive bye-bye and walks away. Ali began to cry because she feared the disastrous interview would cost her her job. Jake did the same thing to the next reporter that night. She was angry, saying, quote, "I've walked so many red carpets because of my season of The Bachelorette and done countless interviews, and I know how easy it is to be nice." Apparently that wasn't a message Jake had received or chose to ignore that night. David Cassidy. Graham Norton told This Morning in 2015 that his interview with David Cassidy in 2013 went beyond rudeness. It was one of the worst experiences of his life.
I loved him when I was a teenager.
We all did.
And then you meet him, and he's so bitter and weird, and his hair looks like a dog that's rolled in paint, and yes, not a happy time. Whereas David hates, I think he hates that he was David Cassidy.
Yeah. Ringo Star. Former panelist Sherry Hewson said Ringo Star was the worst guest she'd ever had on Loose Women. He was even willing to behave poorly live, but a bit of jealousy was probably the cause. They were at a live event in Wales. He sits down and immediately says, "Okay then, girls, what are we doing here? Shall we just get Paul McCartney out of the way? Let's get Paul McCartney out of the way. You want to talk about Paul McCartney?" Sherry insists that no, they want to talk about him, but he dismissively insisted they only wanted to talk about Paul. He was also rude about giving out autographs. He told the audience out loud he wouldn't give any. He wouldn't even give one to a 4-year-old child of one of the producers who was a major Beatles fan. Hugh Grant. Hugh's sardonic, dismissive British attitude got on the wrong side of interviewers several times. He roasted Ellen DeGeneres when he went on her show. She said, quote, "I think that you're fantastic and funny and smart and all those things." He dismissively said, "I wish I thought the same about you." Jon Stewart banned Hugh from ever returning to The Daily Show after their 2009 interview. He called him his least favorite guest, citing his terrible attitude. Hugh responded well when he found out. He tweeted that his inner crab must have gotten the better of him that day, and Jon did the right thing to get rid of him. Later, Ashley Graham interviewed him as part of the 2023 Oscars pre-show. He gave short, sarcastic answers and rolled his eyes when she left. She told the Sunday Times it was clear he would rather have been anywhere else. She said, quote, "Before we were chatting, he was very pleasant. Then we started rolling, and he was like, I don't want to be here, and I was, okay, work with me, I get it, but like work with me. I was trying my hardest to be my nice, upbeat self, and he gave me what he had." Bobcat Goldthwait. This comedian went beyond rude in his interview. His behavior could have been seriously dangerous. He appeared on The Tonight Show, starring Jay Leno, in 1994. He felt he had to outdo his previous antics, and he did.
I think, well, it is sweeps, and I love Jay very much, and I thought, well, what if I don't know, What have I
What are you
set
doing?
his furniture on fire?
No, don't set that on fire. Now you have to sit in this. Now sit down, sit down. Sit down, sit down.
I'm not sitting in it.
Sit in that chair.
It wasn't a scripted scene or a gag, and it got him sent to court. Bobcat pleaded no contest. He had to pay a $3,800 fine and record a PSA for a local burn center. He also got 3 years of informal probation. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite celebrity interview? Let us know in the comments section below.